Imagine you are a peaceful harbor amidst the storms of life, a place where nothing can penetrate. That is the power of cultivating resilience and developing an unshakable mind against the unpredictable. This video, inspired by the 10 core principles of Stoic philosophy, will guide you on how to maintain inner composure through life's tempests. Join us on this journey in today's video as we explore the 10 Stoic principles of Epictetus. Open a new path for yourself. Here, you will learn how to grasp the nature of inner peace, no matter how fierce the external storm may be. Who knows? Perhaps one of these 10 principles will be the key to transforming your life. Believe in yourself. Self-confidence allows us to be free from dependence on others' opinions and shields us from being defeated by criticism. Imagine you are a new student, entering university for the first time. Everything is unfamiliar, and you feel anxious and unsure about your ability to adapt and succeed in this new environment. But instead of letting fear control you, you choose to focus inward and cultivate confidence. With every lecture, you make an effort to participate and ask questions. You are not afraid to seek help from teachers and friends when needed. You even join extracurricular activities and study groups to expand your social network and develop your communication skills. Gradually, through small victories and support from the community around you, you begin to feel more confident in your abilities. You realize that each challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow, and you no longer shy away from them. By the end of the academic year, you realize that believing in yourself and nurturing your confidence helped you overcome every obstacle. You not only succeeded academically, but also built a strong and resilient spirit, ready to face any future challenge. In life, confidence is a powerful force that helps us rise above all challenges. It is not just the belief in oneself, but also a combination of perseverance, courage, and inner strength to face adversity. When we are confident in ourselves, life becomes brighter, like blooming flowers in a fragrant garden. We shine by being true to ourselves, unburdened by others' expectations. We know that we are good enough, lovable enough, and special enough to walk our own path. Confidence is not only about believing in your positive traits, it is also about accepting and loving yourself even in moments of vulnerability. It's the ability to look in the mirror and say to yourself, "I am good enough to overcome this." Sometimes confidence is not easy to achieve, but each small step and every meaningful success is a giant leap toward becoming the best version of yourself. Let confidence be your source of encouragement, the fire that burns in your heart, helping you rise, grow, and express yourself freely and vibrantly. Because only when we believe in ourselves will the world open up infinite possibilities, allowing us to achieve the dreams we've always longed for. Confidence can be compared to a powerful source of energy, a beam of light in the darkness guiding us through challenges. It's like sunlight illuminating life's path, giving us faith and hope in every step. When we are confident, we bloom like a radiant flower in a vibrant garden, spreading fragrance and joy. We move forward without hesitation or fear, knowing we are strong and capable enough to overcome any barrier. Confidence is like a promise, a powerful inner call urging us to rise and evolve. It is the motivation that helps us protect our dreams and move toward our goals with unwavering determination. And when we believe in ourselves, the world around us expands. New doors and unexpected opportunities open. We are not just travelers on a path. We become the architects of our own lives, leading ourselves toward something greater. So let confidence be the flame within, the driving force that propels us forward, to explore, to grow, and to express ourselves with vitality and strength. Define clear goals to many, life feels like a colorful and enticing journey. On this thorny road, we often need a clear compass to avoid getting lost. That compass is setting clear goals for ourselves. Throughout life, we often hear about the importance of having goals. But what makes goals so critically important? Perhaps it's the power of direction, of knowing exactly what we want and the path we're on. Goals are motivation. They are the map that guides our life's journey. When we have goals, life becomes more focused and meaningful. Every step, no matter how small, gives us a sense of moving forward. Each day becomes an opportunity to get closer to our dreams, to feel that what we are doing truly matters. But sometimes the road can get rocky and challenges may shake our resolve. But if we hold on to our goal like a shining light in the darkness, we will overcome all difficulties. Because when we believe in our goal, we feel stronger, and that strength will push us through any obstacle. So take some time to reflect on what you truly want to achieve in this life. Set specific and clear goals, and remain patient and persistent on your path. Because with a goal, you are not just someone walking a path. You are the one creating that path for yourself. Defining a clear goal is like laying out a map for our journey. When we know where we want to go and have a concrete plan to get there, it becomes easier to stay focused and not get lost by external influences. For example, imagine you're a traveler visiting a new city. Before starting your journey, you've clearly identified that your goal is to visit the local art museum. You've researched the address, the opening hours, and planned the route from your accommodation. When you begin your journey, there will be many temptations and distractions that could lead you astray. However, because you've already defined your goal and created a detailed plan, it becomes much easier to stay on track. Even when unexpected things happen, you still know you're on the right path and will never lose sight of your original destination. Focus on what you can control. This allows us to stay grounded and avoid wasting time and energy worrying about things beyond our control. In life, there are countless factors we cannot influence, from unpredictable weather to other people's opinions of us. But what matters most is that we always have the power to manage how we respond and react to those situations. Focusing on what we can control is a powerful way to maintain confidence and calmness in any situation. Instead of worrying about what we can't change, let's focus on what we can do to improve the situation. Sometimes focusing on the controllable can be as simple as creating an action plan or setting specific, achievable goals. This helps us feel more confident and gives us a stronger sense of direction in life. Moreover, focusing on what we can control also strengthens our self-care and self-management skills. We can focus on maintaining good health, nurturing positive relationships, and managing our time effectively. Doing so helps us appreciate ourselves more and create a more fulfilling life. Because when we feel in control, we feel stronger and more confident in every situation. It's like sailing a boat on the open sea. While we can't control the waves or bad weather, we can control how we respond and how we act in the situation. For example, imagine you're steering a boat and a storm arises. You can't stop the storm, but you can control how you respond to it. Instead of panicking or worrying, you can apply your sailing skills to ensure your safety and the safety of your crew. Focusing on what you can control is like managing your time and energy wisely and setting realistic and achievable goals. Rather than stressing over others' opinions or unpredictable events, we can focus on identifying our goals and building a plan to achieve them. This helps us save time and energy and increases our self-discipline and effectiveness in life. Develop endurance. Train your endurance to face challenges with patience and persistence. Think of running a marathon. In the long and grueling distance of a marathon, runners need strong endurance to overcome fatigue, soreness, and heat. But thanks to training and thorough preparation, they develop the resilience to overcome these challenges and successfully finish the race. This proves how vital endurance is when it comes to facing life's big challenges. On life's journey, we will constantly encounter difficulties and tests. But what matters is not what happens to us, but how we respond and overcome it. And to do that, endurance is one of the key elements. Developing endurance is not easy. It often requires patience, perseverance, and a strong will. But every time we overcome a challenge, we grow stronger and more confident in ourselves. Sometimes life throws us powerful storms, but when we know how to face and overcome them, we become more flexible and resilient. We learn how to adjust, how to adapt, and how to keep going even in the toughest conditions. Developing endurance also means learning to see every challenge as an opportunity to grow and evolve. Instead of feeling defeated and giving up, let's face each situation with optimism and faith in our inner strength. Learn to evaluate yourself from within, instead of relying on others' opinions. Evaluate yourself from the inside and based on your personal standards. We often get caught up in the never-ending race of comparing ourselves to others. But what matters most is not what others think of us. It's how we evaluate ourselves from within. To evaluate ourselves from the inside means to look into our own soul and see our true value. It's not about comparing ourselves to others, but about deeply understanding our own qualities, our values, and our personal goals. When we know how to assess ourselves from within, we become more confident and no longer depend on others' opinions to define our worth. We realize that we are good enough, lovable enough, and unique in our own way. Remember, everyone has their own strengths and flaws. No one is perfect, and when we can truly see and love ourselves, we become more confident and can live a more meaningful and joyful life. So take the time to pause and reflect on your self-worth. Believe in yourself and hold firmly to your inner strength and value. Because when we evaluate ourselves from within, life becomes more beautiful, and we become stronger through every challenge. This student may constantly compare themselves with others in the classroom or on social media. Instead of evaluating themselves based on their own standards and achievements, they often feel inadequate when comparing themselves to those who seem more successful. This kind of comparison can lead to feelings of inferiority and a lack of self-confidence. The student may feel pressured to achieve the same results as others, rather than focusing on their own personal development and goals. Such comparisons can also drain the joy and passion out of learning and self-growth. Instead of enjoying the process of studying and exploring their own interests, they may feel anxious and stressed about how they measure up to others. External comparisons not only erode self-esteem, but also diminish the ability to self-assess and build genuine confidence. That's why learning to evaluate yourself from within is so important. Rather than relying on external standards, take time to understand and assess yourself based on your own values, motivations, and personal interests. This will help you build a more solid foundation of self-confidence and self-worth, independent of comparisons with others. Learn to manage emotions. Develop the ability to self-regulate emotionally so you don't get swept up in negative feelings and react impulsively. Emotions are an integral and important part of the human experience. However, we can sometimes be overwhelmed by negative emotions such as stress, anxiety, or anger, which can affect our mental health and relationships. That's why learning emotional management is a vital skill that everyone needs to practice and strengthen. Managing emotions isn't just about controlling them. It's also about understanding and accepting them. It involves recognizing that emotions are natural and inevitable, and that we have the right to choose how we respond to them. One effective method of emotional regulation is learning to observe your emotions objectively, without judging them as good or bad. Instead of suppressing or avoiding negative emotions, acknowledge them and try to understand their deeper roots. Additionally, practicing deep breathing techniques and meditation can help reduce stress and promote relaxation. Engaging in physical activity, traveling, or simply relaxing are also effective ways to release negative emotions and restore balance. Learning to manage emotions is like steering a boat through a stormy sea. While the storm may symbolize powerful and negative emotions like anger, anxiety, or sadness, emotional regulation is the ability to stay steady and in control amidst the turmoil. For example, when facing a stressful situation at work, pressure from your boss, conflicts with colleagues, or difficulty in a project, emotions like anger or anxiety might overwhelm your mind, leading to uncontrolled reactions such as outbursts or avoidance. However, if you've learned how to manage your emotions, you become like a sailor navigating a ship through a storm. Instead of being consumed by the sea of negativity, you can remain calm and focus on solving the problem effectively. By applying emotional self-management skills, you can make sound decisions and generate positive responses in any situation. Maintain an optimistic mindset. Focus on the positive and stay hopeful, no matter how difficult the situation is. Optimism is the light ahead, a reliable source of encouragement that helps us overcome all challenges. Sometimes life may feel dark and difficult, but when we hold on to optimism, even the hardest trials seem more bearable. Optimism isn't about seeing life through rose-colored glasses. It's about finding positivity and hope in every situation. It's about believing in your own abilities and cherishing the good things that life offers. One way to maintain optimism is to focus on the positive aspects of life. Instead of dwelling on misfortunes, seek out the good around you and be grateful for it. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth and development. Even in the most difficult moments, there's a valuable lesson hidden within. Remember, optimism isn't just an attitude, it's a way of life. When we live with positivity and hope, life becomes more beautiful and every moment more precious. For example, suppose you're attending a job interview that you've long looked forward to. During the interview, there may be difficult questions, or you might feel nervous about the outcome. However, if you maintain an optimistic mindset, you'll see the interview as an opportunity to express yourself and learn. You'll focus on your strengths and prepare carefully to handle whatever may come. In this way, even if the outcome isn't what you hoped for, you'll still view the experience as a valuable learning opportunity and a step forward in your personal development. This helps you stay optimistic and ready to face future challenges and opportunities. Learn to listen. Always listen to others with an open mind and consider their opinions thoughtfully. But don't let those opinions completely define your own views. The ability to listen is a vital skill that everyone needs to cultivate and refine. Listening isn't simply hearing what others say. It's about understanding and empathizing with them and respecting their perspectives and emotions. When we truly listen, we open the door to a new world, one where we can understand the emotions, thoughts, and experiences of others. This creates a deep and meaningful connection between people, fostering healthy communication and relationship building. Listening is also a sign of respect and care. When we take the time to listen, we show others that they matter and that their voices are worth hearing. This creates a safe and encouraging space for them to share their thoughts and feelings. Moreover, listening helps us learn and grow. When we open our hearts to others' viewpoints, we gain insight from different perspectives and experiences, thereby expanding our own understanding. For example, during a discussion on an important issue, if you listen openly to others, you may receive new insights or information that you hadn't considered before. The important thing is not to let others' opinions completely shape your own. Instead, evaluate them carefully, filter them, and reason through them before making your final decision. In doing so, you can listen and learn from others while still maintaining your independence and personal judgment. Remember, listening and blindly accepting are two entirely different things. Listening is the process of receiving information from others or from the surrounding environment without immediately opposing or explaining it. It requires concentration and understanding to fully absorb the information and open a window to accept different perspectives. In contrast, critical thinking is the process of actively evaluating and responding to information. It involves questioning, analyzing, and reasoning to determine the validity and reliability of the information, as well as to present your own viewpoints and arguments. For example, imagine a discussion about a hot topic in the community. During the discussion, listening involves hearing everyone's viewpoints and arguments with an open mind, without judgment. You try to understand and accept these views without immediate objection. However, when it's your turn to respond critically, you begin to ask questions, analyze, and assess the opinions presented. You might ask clarifying questions or provide arguments and evidence to support your position, or to challenge or propose alternative viewpoints. Thus, listening and critical thinking are two essential aspects of effective communication and constructive dialogue. 9. Seek balance. Always weigh others' opinions while staying true to your personal values and beliefs. In today's fast-paced and hectic life, seeking balance is crucial to maintaining mental health and fully enjoying life. Balance is not just about dividing time between work and family, but also about creating harmony between the body, mind, and spirit. When we seek balance, we're laying the foundation for a happy and successful life. We learn to manage our time effectively, allocating time for work, family, friends, and ourselves in a balanced manner. Striving for balance also helps us reduce stress and anxiety, and enhances both physical and mental health. When we have time to relax and enjoy activities we love, we feel more at ease and energized to face life's challenges. Sometimes achieving balance can be a real challenge. Modern life often presents overwhelming pressures and demanding expectations, but it is vital to remember to prioritize ourselves and not forget self-care. Let's take a practical example of balance. A company considering a remote work policy. In favor of remote work, some employees may support it because it offers greater flexibility in time management, reduces commuting time, and cuts costs. They may also argue that remote work creates a more comfortable environment, increasing employee satisfaction and productivity. Against remote work, others may oppose it out of concern for a loss of discipline and team connection. They may worry that remote work can reduce creativity and collaboration. In this case, finding balance might involve the company listening to and considering both perspectives. Instead of making an absolute decision, they could test a hybrid model, allowing remote work on specific days while maintaining in-office days to preserve team cohesion. This creates a flexible and balanced work environment that considers various factors. Take care of yourself to stay grounded in any situation. It's important to care for yourself holistically, mind, body, and spirit. In today's fast-paced world, we often focus on caring for others and easily forget to take care of ourselves. However, self-care is essential to maintaining both mental and physical well-being. It is not just a form of self-love, but also a way to keep your soul and body balanced and full of energy. Self-care includes taking time to relax and enjoy the things you love, reading, listening to your favorite music, or even taking a soothing hot bath after a long day. What matters is carving out time for yourself and not forgetting the things that bring you joy and peace. Taking care of your physical health is also a vital part of self-care. Maintaining a balanced diet and regular exercise routine not only strengthens your body, but also enhances mental clarity and emotional resilience. Self-care also includes nurturing personal and spiritual growth, such as learning new skills, engaging in creative activities, or even pursuing long-held dreams. Ultimately, remember that self-care is not just an action, it's a way of life. When you know how to care for and love yourself, you become stronger in facing life's challenges and better equipped to bring happiness and success to yourself and those around you. When someone is going through a stressful phase at work and in personal life, self-care may include activities to reduce stress such as practicing yoga, taking time to rest and recharge, maintaining a healthy diet, and adjusting work schedules to ease the pressure. On the journey of life, we have explored together 10 important lessons about confidence, self-care, and taking control of our lives. From encouraging ourselves to believe in our abilities and staying confident, to learning how to accept and love ourselves daily. We also discovered the power of focusing on what we can control and building resilience in all situations. When we learn how to listen and think critically with awareness and control ourselves in difficult situations, we begin walking the path of maturity and inner strength. This realization brings clarity. In this life, we cannot control everything around us, but we can always choose how we respond to every situation. And finally, when we seek balance between self-care and self-discipline, we step onto the path of fulfillment and contentment. Remember, in the toughest moments, the power lies within us, and with faith in ourselves, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve even our highest dreams. Master these 10 principles, and your life will stand tall like an unshakable tower. Let us continue walking the path of self-development and sharing meaningful values together. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new videos, and hit like to spread positivity to those around you. See you in the next videos. Thank you and goodbye.